If you, like me, suffer from a chronic health condition and you have boxes and boxes of medicines coming in through your door and you can't quite throw it away because, decent cardboard, then fear not. Today we're making treasure boxes out of these beauties. First, you need any kind of medicine box. Mine, that is probably high blood pressure. And then there's some painkillers. And all I did was I covered them in book page. I tried all kinds of other things, but I have so many book pages. That's what I went with. And then you just need to measure the opening of your box that you have cut. And cut or tear the kind of paper that you want. I went for making a poem in a box, but certainly you can make little thank you notes or I love you so much notes or anything like that. Anything, if you have this special someone in your life that you want to send a message to, this is the perfect project. I then checked again that it definitely fits in the tiny box, and the easiest way to fold it is to fold it in half again, and then half again because it's a narrow box. And here I'm checking, yep, definitely fits. Yes, it does. Right, okay, and then to get your concertina, it's a little bit like folding a fan. Remember as young people, and the classrooms were boiling hot, we used to fold those fans. That's literally what you're doing. So you have your peaks and valleys, right? And because I like writing long poems, little accordion, there we go. I like writing long poems, so I made myself another one of those. Okay, the 27 on the Maya stamp that I carved is for Junk Journal July. The prompt was poetic, and I made this video in response to the prompt. I've really enjoyed the challenge. My art and craft practice has developed so much over this past month, and it's become an addiction. Like, I cannot be without creating now. So Meg at Meg Journals and Messy Art, thank you for organising. It is absolutely fantastic, this challenge. Right, and here I'm just looking at some printouts and some other things I've briefly considered to use to cover my boxes. That one, these are some very early just play with acrylic paints, and then I decided this one would be good as an insert instead. So who says it has to be plain paper or writing paper? I just used that. It's like a mixed media, whatchamacallit, board. The word escapes me. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm measuring, making sure it fits in my box, and being lazy because cutting and me are not friends. So I'm just looking for my rotary cutter. There it is. Mind your fingers, okay? Make sure you don't hurt yourself. And these bits you can then later use as collage. Something I forgot to do, actually. Here I'm checking again whether it fits, and for some reason I'm really struggling here to fold it, whereas actually, the half and half again is the best way for your folding purposes. And this has the potential to become a really beautiful little work of art. and you choose whether you want to write on it before you stick it in, or whether you want to stick it in and then do it after. So here I'm just demonstrating writing. So this could be a love letter. I've written dearest love, and then I would write all the things I love about a person. I'll do that later. And then you can put some little bits of the same paper, masterboard or whatever on top. So the unfurling is the poem that I was writing, and I found a fern, the fiddleheads, the little spirally bits that ferns are when they're babies, and then they sort of unfurl or open themselves. And I always thought it's like a good metaphor for transformation, and I am struggling currently a little bit with my chronic illness that's limiting my capacity to do things I used to do, and I've been doing a lot of work on accepting things, and art has been absolutely invaluable. Hence the unfurling. It took me ages to cut that little fern out. So here I'm just auditioning some pieces to use as embellishments on the boxes. This one is a really cute one. It was my son's insulin box thing, and my typewriter. I love my typewriter, but you definitely don't need one. You can just write by hand or do collage. And here are the boxes that we made. So one contains keys now. That one is the poem, unfurling, and it comes out, and it is long. Yours does not have to be so long, and you can put images on it on the same side. You can use stamping and stenciling. I just did this reasonably quickly. I just stuck some paper cuts on the back for later, and then it's so long. And in the small box we have just an example that doesn't have a poem yet, another treasure box there, so you can use them for whatever you want. It's just, this used to be a medicine box, and now it is a cute little treasure. And then I'm just obsessed with the concertina fold at the moment and paper cutting. That's an old KFC bag, so nothing goes to waste in this house. And here are the toys we made. So that one, it has just graph paper in there right now, but you can write on both sides or just one. It's up to you. You can put a little present in there because it's so big. That one is the little piece of art we made. Obviously the inner cover needs more embellishments, but you can see how much potential these have. I have not finished embellishing them properly, but that's the beauty of these crafts, isn't it? So I hope you enjoyed this little project, and if you have a go, please let me know in the comments what you thought, and thank you very much for watching. Alternatively, you could stick around for the reading of the epic poem. A girl took a stroll through her favourite wood. The forest was soothing, and that felt good. Pine needles and tree roots covered the ground, and apart from wildlife, there's nothing around. The village behind her was dusty and hot, so she made her way to her favourite spot. Under a pine tree next to the sea, in partial shade, she felt blissfully free from the hard work of appearing good, and meek and soft, not ambitious and rude. Wearing the mask day after day was exhausting and lonely and hid her away from her passions, talents and skills, till this pleasing of others made her chronically ill. Softening, mellowing, removing all edges, she was a sanitized version of God's original sketches. We save paper because we love it. I will read the poem. It is a little bit like The Gruffalo by Julia Donaldson. It's a typical hero's journey. A girl took a stroll through her favourite wood. The forest was soothing, and that felt good. Pine needles and tree roots covered the ground, and apart from the wildlife, there was no one around. The village behind her was dusty and hot, so she made her way to her favourite spot. Under a pine tree next to the sea, in partial shade, she felt blissfully free from the work of appearing good, and meek and soft, not ambitious and rude. Wearing the mask day after day was exhausting and lonely and hid her away from her passions, talents and skills, till this pleasing of others made her chronically ill. Softening, mellowing, removing all edges, she was a sanitized version of God's original sketches. So that was it. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will write up the rest of the poem when I have time. If you choose to do this project, please let me know. Thank you very much for watching.